In a moment, the Chancellor of Macquarie University, the Honourable Michael Iganeo, accompanied by the academic procession, will enter the graduation hall. When the procession has arrived on stage, Advance Australia Fair will be performed, and you are invited to join in the singing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the academic procession.
Please be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite Mr. Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional welcome to the country.
Thank you. Budji Mulinawul, everyone. Good morning. Nalawa. Welcome to the lands of the Wallamedigal. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to firstly pay my respects to the country and its people, and to thank the university for their acknowledgement of us and the invitation to welcome you here this morning. That acknowledgement is important for our people and much appreciated. My family descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the Burrabongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. And so he enrolled his daughter, Bulangari, or Maria, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and eventually secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them, and it became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today. And with good reason. Your success is our success. Your advancement, our advancement. Now that was probably better understood in traditional times when camp groups were smaller and clans abided by the strict sharing laws, which meant that the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community. And you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects. And I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 200 years ago, the people he encountered were, he described as one of the happiest people he'd ever met. They were naked, owned nothing but the tools they carried, made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and harvested food from the earth without excessive tilling or clearing. Now, these were not primitive societies, these were ancient cultures. There was no slavery, no rich and poor, no rents or mortgages, and no homelessness. People cooperated to collect the resources which were needed, and they were then shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands are maintained in their natural state, with fire and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them as they have done here for the past 20,000 years. So this is not a dream or an ideal. This was normal life for the longest time and not too long ago. And I don't think there is any reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us, but we're a clever people. We've done it before, and there's still much magic in the world, I believe. So graduates, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life is good, and we are normally and naturally a happy people. I would suggest share your gifts with the rest of us and keep following that beautiful spirit within you that's got you this far, and I'm confident that we can create a world that we can be proud of and a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine now by winding up and letting you graduate. Just wanted to say congratulations to all of you and all the best in our collective futures. Thank you. Welcome to country.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to introduce the Chancellor of Macquarie University, the Honourable Michael Egan AO. Chancellor.
Thank you, Chris Tobin, for your welcome to country. Well, graduands, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, first I want to thank all of you for coming. A graduation ceremony is an important celebration of achievement, the achievements of our graduands, and I might say also of the university. So it's very good that you're here, and I'm very grateful that you are. I also want to especially thank those of you who have brought children with you. It's good for them that they're here because their memories of today and of the importance of today may one day be the thing that inspires them to emulate the successes of today's graduands. And their presence is also good for us because every celebration is enhanced by the presence of children. Now, unless children have changed enormously since I was a little child, few of them will be able to stay quiet or stay still for the duration of a graduation ceremony. I don't expect them to, I don't want them to, and I don't want parents to worry if they don't. They are most welcome, and please let them run around and make as much commotion as they like. I also welcome any little babies that we have. I haven't seen any this morning, but there's always a few, and they are entitled to yell their lungs out. We've discovered from long experience that a baby who cries through a graduation ceremony is back within 25 years to get their first PhD. So encourage them, don't discourage them. Well, now the most important thing today is that our graduands have a great day. I hope today will really be a happy and memorable occasion for all of you. It will only be a happy occasion, though, if you all relax. Some of you look relaxed and happy, but others look so nervous that you'd think you're about to go into the examination room or get your exam results rather than pick up the proof of your success. Truly, nothing can go wrong. Well, that's not quite true. Things can go wrong. On occasion, people come up here and trip and fall on the stage. That's okay. That's why all these people are here, to pick you up and send you on your way. And by the way, if you do somehow get hurt, this place is just, there's doctors everywhere, so you don't have to worry. So please sit back and relax, because you do deserve to enjoy the day. You deserve to take pride, great pride in your graduation. Completing a degree is never easy. You need an intelligent and inquiring mind. You need determination and perseverance, and you need to make many sacrifices. So welcome and congratulations to each and every one of you. Today I also want to congratulate all of you who are here as guests of our graduands, because if you think about it just for a moment, you've all done well too. The very fact that you've been invited by one of our graduands to share one of the great occasions of their lives is proof positive that you've been very important in their lives and in the successes that we celebrate today. And I don't want you to think either that observing today's graduation is the end of your role. I have another important service for you to perform for our newest graduates, as they will soon become. I want you to make sure that the degrees they receive today are never ever put in a bottom drawer, but are always proudly displayed in a position of prominence. In other words, if our graduands are too self-effacing or too shy to proclaim their own success, you make sure that you do it for them. Now, the ceremony that we're about to participate in is one of the world's oldest social rituals. For centuries, graduates have been donning robes just like the ones our graduands are wearing today, and participating in ceremonies just like this one. Indeed, there are some 50 universities in the world which can trace their history back more than 500 years. Macquarie, by comparison, is only a very young university. We celebrated our 50th Jubilee only 3 years ago in 2014. We proudly take our name from Australia's greatest colonial governor, Governor Lachlan Macquarie, a man whose greatness and achievements were never acknowledged by his contemporaries, but only by history. Now, those of us who went to school in New South Wales were taught that Macquarie was a great builder. But in my opinion, his greatest legacy had nothing at all to do with bricks and mortar. His greatest legacy was the ethos he established, much to the annoyance of the then British authorities, of an egalitarian society. Because it was Macquarie's insistence that in this fledgling convict colony there be no distinction between the free and the freed that was the foundation of the Australian notion of a fair go for all. And that is the legacy, a fair go for all, that here at Macquarie we will always aim to maintain and honour. After our first 53 years, we now have more than 176,000 Macquarie graduates living in more than 140 countries. In fact, that figure needs to be updated. That was the figure at the beginning of last week. By tonight, there will be more than 180,000 Macquarie graduates living in more than 140 countries. Macquarie is a very modern and outward-looking university. We're now ranked in the top 2% of the world's universities. From our beginnings, we have defied the traditional boundaries of academia. We have pioneered and continue to pioneer learning and teaching approaches that challenge conventions and shift thinking. Our students play a major role in their own learning and are empowered to guide what and how they learn. We're also research pioneers. Our framework for the future, world-leading research with world-changing impact, is brought to life by renowned researchers whose bold and innovative solutions to issues of global significance are of enormous benefit to the world we live in. And by the way, that's not an idle boast. I'm sure almost everyone here at some stage uses or benefits from Wi-Fi. Now, Wi-Fi was developed not at Harvard University or Oxford or Cambridge or Melbourne or Sydney University. No, Wi-Fi was developed by Macquarie University scientists in conjunction with scientists from the CSIRO. We're also rather proud of some of our new facilities. On your way here this morning, you may have seen our Macquarie University Hospital, which is only a few years old. The hospital forms part of a very exciting medical enterprise, which will be Australia's first fully integrated academic health sciences centre under a university's leadership. And by the way, it is a phenomenal hospital. I can assure you of that personally. I was a patient there for 3 days just 2 years ago, and I can assure you that the level of care and attention is absolutely phenomenal, especially when you're the Chancellor. So I recommend it to you. Other outstanding new facilities include our library, our Australian Hearing Hub, which is a world-leading institute in hearing and language sciences, a state-of-the-art media centre, a newly launched simulation hub for teaching and research, and cutting-edge science laboratories. Now, that's not to say that all of our lecture rooms and laboratories are first class. Unfortunately, some are far from it. But we plan to fix that, and in the very near future, we'll be announcing some very exciting plans for a major physical transformation of our campus over the next decade. So we're looking forward, and we're on the move. Here at Macquarie, we have a very clear and straightforward mission. And that mission is to transform people's lives and to improve the lives not just of our own students, but also of people all around the globe by the work and achievements of our graduates and by the fruit of our research. We want Macquarie always to be a leader in teaching and learning and a leader in the accumulation of knowledge and understanding. In other words, an ideal community of scholars. And graduands, in just a few minutes, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of that community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University. Well, now, graduates and ladies and gentlemen, it's now my great pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Mr. Matthew Cunningham. Matthew is a partner with the Financial Institutions Group at Minter Ellison. He specialises in banking and finance law with a particular emphasis on corporate finance, real estate finance and agribusiness matters. Matthew obtained his Bachelor of Economics and Bachelor of Law degrees from Macquarie University in 1999. During his time at Macquarie, among other things, he represented the university at 3 consecutive World InterVarsity Debating Championships at Princeton University in the USA, University College at Cork in Ireland, and the University of Stellenbosch in South Africa. Matthew also obtained a postgraduate Bachelor of Civil Law from the University of Oxford in 2003, which I'm sure you'll recognise as one of the world's most prestigious postgraduate legal qualifications. From 1997 to 2010, he held various positions with Mallison Stephen Jark before being poached in 2011 by Minter Ellison. His clients include some of Australia's major lenders, arrangers and underwriters and leading corporates. From 2014 to 2017, Matt has been listed in Best Lawyers Australia. I now invite Mr Matthew Cunningham to deliver the occasional address. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Matthew Cunningham.
Well, good morning, Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the Faculty of Arts, staff, distinguished guests, graduands, families and friends of the graduands, ladies and gentlemen. I begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today. I would also like to pay my respects to elders past and present. I'm honoured to be asked to speak today. It is approximately 18 years since I was sitting in the same spot myself, bursting with excitement, a bit daggy, but nonetheless, at the thought of standing at a great juncture in my life, on the cusp of the world, as I saw it, armed with 2 Macquarie University degrees. My university education has been a significant part of my life, and I'm very grateful to the university for this opportunity to speak at that magnificent occasion. Today we celebrate the wonderful achievements of our graduands in the Faculty of Arts, and perhaps also we reflect on their achievements. Times for reflection are rare in our lives. These days, a typical response to the greeting, "How are you going?" is, "Oh, pretty good, keeping busy." The virtue seems to be in the moving forward, the not stopping, the not reflecting. It's nice to take some time out today to reflect, to stop, and to think about what's been achieved. So the first thing I must do is congratulate the graduands themselves. Graduands, congratulations. Congratulations on your years of hard work. Congratulations on passing multiple exams and completing many challenging essays. Each of this is a wonderful achievement. You should be proud of yourselves. Congratulations on learning to challenge yourselves, on your personal and intellectual growth, on learning to think and think critically, and learning to exercise judgment. These are life skills you will value highly in future years. Congratulations also on participating in the community that is the university and contributing to your peers' learning. A special word to our PhD students. We are in awe of you and your efforts. Congratulations on producing your original works and for working so intensively and diligently to do that. To all of you, the work you have done matters. What you have achieved is significant for yourself, for your families, and for society more broadly. What I'd like you to do now is to really look around, memorise this scene and imprint the memory of this day into your brains. Treasure this moment. Tell your brain to take a mental photograph. Then gently ask your brain to file the mental photograph in the long-term part of your brain and your memory. Why should you do this? Well, if you're like me, at times of stress, occasionally in your life, you will have a recurring dream that can be rather unpleasant. Apparently, this is quite a common phenomenon. Most normal people have the falling off a cliff in slow motion version, or perhaps instead the falling over in front of an oncoming train version, again in slow motion, and in each case, you're desperately trying to get to safety, but ultimately without any luck. Unfortunately for me, my version of the dream is rather elaborate. It involves the Chancellor of Macquarie University hurrying towards me, but somehow in slow motion. What is it with all the slow motion in dreams? He's hurrying towards me near the law school at W3A and telling me there's been a terrible mistake. Notwithstanding all the checks and balances to prevent this sort of thing, apparently I accidentally never sat for one of those pesky compulsory contract law courses during my degree, and as a result he's terribly sorry, but that means I never attained my undergraduate degree. Also, as a result, that means my postgraduate Bachelor of Civil Law degree from Oxford must be withdrawn. But not to worry, the Chancellor tells me he has addressed the administrative side of these things and they've sorted it out and withdrawn it post-haste. Of course, he then kindly explains to me that he's been in touch with the Registrar of the Supreme Court of New South Wales to inform him that technically Matthew has never been a lawyer and shouldn't be on the roll of practitioners. Some fairly animated conversations then follow with the Chancellor in my dream. And then I wake up. And after about 30 seconds of working out where I am, the relief is palpable. I have this dream occasionally. It's the same every time, it's vivid, it's very lifelike. So what I would say to you, graduates, is please take a few mental photographs right now, inoculate yourself against this sort of dream, otherwise you'll spend the next 30 years waking up occasionally in a sweat, thinking about whether you have somehow managed to forget to attend your contract law exam and trying to calculate how many credit points you have. My compliments now are to the academic staff, members of the Faculty of Arts and other staff. My compliments to you all on the excellent work you have done to prepare the students for this day. Congratulations. Thank you for your patient guidance and your nurturing of the students and the bright young minds in front of us. Thank you for taking the clay, shaping it, refining it, performing alchemy on it, and now producing the burnished gold we have in front of us. Next, my compliments to the parents, grandparents, siblings, spouses, loved ones, and all of those who supported our graduates. Aunties, uncles, cousins, everyone. Congratulations on your new degrees. I've often thought that my economics law degree, hanging on the wall, should state, Matthew Cunningham is admitted to 1/2 of each of his degrees in economics and law for pulling off some spectacular cramming from time to time, and to the remaining halves of my degrees are admitted his long-suffering mum and dad, who regularly did the nightly chores instead of Matthew on account of him inadvertently having, on multiple occasions, a 2,500 word essay to do the following day, of which he's only written 37 words, precisely 1.5 sentences. They are required under the statutes of the university to allow Matthew to get about claiming naming rights on these degrees, but actually we all know, signed Vice-Chancellor. On behalf of the graduates, I thank all the family and the friends of our graduates today for watching presentations being practiced, proofreading essays, being a kindly listener to outrageous rantings and pouring oil on troubled water, not overreacting when doors were being slammed at home, and for all your wonderful support. All our graduates today would know that your names are also written in invisible ink on the paper degrees, and I say, first-class honours to you all. Graduates, you have read for your degrees and in addition have participated and been enriched by the opportunities that the wider university offers. This has helped you and will help you in the future, both personally and professionally. Choosing Macquarie University was one of the best decisions of my life. I still recall chatting with a friend, a colleague who transferred from another university into my year at university during my economics law degrees. I asked him, why did you do that? He said he didn't just want to learn parts of the law by rote, as was happening at his other university. He actually wanted to have an education and to understand the law and to think about it. What a wise fellow. That's what Macquarie offers. And although today is an end to many years of study, which I'm sure have engendered in you a love of learning, it's also a beginning as you initiate your professional careers. May I suggest that you take time to reflect on the many opportunities that you've already been afforded and think of those years as an introduction to a pursuit of lifelong learning. Take time to establish your careers, but be inspired to take up opportunities for further study. In my own case, my undergraduate degrees have offered me marvellous opportunities. They've taken me all around the world to World InterVarsity Debating Championships, as the Chancellor mentioned, where I've seen Senator Ted Cruz debate. I've witnessed Nelson Mandela's war crier performing a ceremonial war dance at Stellenbosch. And I've seen and witnessed a lot of rich and cultural experiences in that aspect of my career. It's also provided me with a wonderful foundation for further postgraduate study at the University of Oxford. At Oxford, I enjoyed college life within the context of ivy and tower parapets with crenellations. I enjoyed rich intellectual and cultural experiences and met some wonderful people. It's given me a personal network, academic and personal, throughout Australia, the US, the UK, Belgium, Greece, Germany, and so on. And it's given me a wonderful career in a great profession, where the daily rigours of mental gymnastics and intellectual calisthenics challenge me constantly. I just give these examples to illustrate that the university degree that you're about to obtain provides you with wonderful opportunities. So, graduates, you really have done it. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, and you've all had a lot of steps in the middle of some rather long journeys. And you've now completed that journey. Or have you? Not really. To all my fellow travellers on the path of knowledge, today is just a rest stop. An important one, but a rest stop nonetheless. During this rest, we're going to look backwards. We're linked to the earliest medieval universities at Bologna, Paris, Oxford, and others, all steeped in traditions. And here we sit in a modern corner of Australia, garbed in, among other things, clerical gowns and Tudor bonnets for our PhD students. And it reflects the rich history, the tradition that we continue as graduates of this university. Yet, we also do so looking forward. We live in a time of unprecedented change. Ray Kurzweil, the well-known American author, computer scientist, inventor and futurist, recently published a fascinating essay which included a graph that showed the exponential growth of computing power over time. So on the horizontal x-axis, it was a graph of years, commencing in about the year 1900 and extending through for the next 80 years from now to 2100. On the y-axis, he plotted the number of calculations per second per $1,000 spent on achieving that computing power. And as he noted, we can express the exponential growth of computing in terms of accelerating pace. It took 90 years to achieve the first million instructions per second per $1,000 spent. And now we add 1.2 million instructions per second per $1,000 every hour. Can you believe that? 90 years down to 1 hour, every hour. The graph is arresting because it also describes these calculations in terms we can easily digest. So in 2003, the number of MIPS, or million instructions per second per $1,000, was equivalent to the power of an insect brain. In 2017, approximately, a mouse brain. 2022, one human brain. Approximately 2050, all human brains. This is the life and the society you are now living in. This is going to have a massive impact on all aspects of your lives. And we're living through the upward trajectory of the exponential curve now. One of the interesting things about exponential curves that people forget is that for a long while, the exponential curve is quite flat. My grandmother was born in 1914 and lived to be 102. And on the graph that I'm describing, she lived through the relatively flat part of the curve. And yet, in her life, she witnessed television, the development of the motor car, the discovery of penicillin and the widespread availability of antibiotics, man landing on the moon, jet-powered aircrafts, worldwide telephone communication and personal computing and the internet. And if Grandma Cunningham lived in the flat part of the curve, well, it boggles my mind as to what we're all going to experience in the next 50 years. These developments will have a profound impact on all our lives. And if you think you won't be affected, or that you're somehow inoculated from them because you're carrying a degree, then think again. You will be affected by these macro trends. In a recent article in Bloomberg.com about tech developments at JP Morgan Chase, the author comments as follows about the development of an internal software program. The program, called COIN, for Contract Intelligence, does the mind-numbing job of interpreting commercial loan agreements that, until the project went online in June, consumed 360,000 hours of work each year by lawyers and loan officers. The software reviews documents in seconds, is less error-prone, and never asks for a vacation. My take on all of this is that if I were a young person being armed with a degree from Macquarie Law School and the Faculty of Arts, well, that's an excellent weapon to have in the armoury as I face the challenges of technological and social change. The days of the information guilds are over. What will be required in future will be judgment and critical thinking, and you've just spent many years learning how to do that. So before I finish, a couple of quick thoughts about what you can learn from your time here and how to progress your career in the current climate of technological development, rapid development. First, be open to opportunities. Say yes. Richard Branson is alleged to have said, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity, but you're not sure if you can do it, say yes and learn how to do it later. I couldn't agree more. It sometimes makes for a bit of a wild ride, but I've been practicing this approach for some time, and if I hadn't been doing that, I wouldn't be here sitting with you today. Secondly, try a few different areas of law for the lawyers amongst us earlier in your career. You might think you're the world's greatest litigator in waiting, but try some transactional work or try some advisory work as well. You might find you're actually a much better transactional lawyer than you ever would have been in a courtroom. Then, once you work it out, be happy to make choices, knowing that these decisions will close off opportunities. I've seen many a young person in the law become paralysed by that process. You just can't do everything. You can't be a cutting-edge corporate lawyer, finance lawyer, tax lawyer, insurance lawyer, litigator and environmental and planning lawyer. It just doesn't work like that. Life is too short and resources are finite. Third, be a sponge. Soak it all up. Continue to learn. It's good for you. And you'll need to do it anyway. The world is just changing too fast for you not to do it. Fourthly, don't beat yourself up. Often we're our own harshest critics, and you'll need to do it, beg your pardon. Sometimes we are just corks in an ocean. Remember, you can't control everything. Fifthly, do what you like. You're likely to be more successful if you do it, but there are no guarantees, of course. Sixthly, be kind. I still remember bowling my wobbly leg spin as age 10 in a junior cricket match and sending a lot of wides down leg side to the frustration of my teammates. Then in my second spell, I cleaned up the tail, taking a few wickets that no one else seemed to be able to do. One of the other young boys in the team kindly said, "Well done, Matt. We couldn't have won it without you." In such a genuine and kind way, it's stuck with me ever since. Do the same. People will remember you for it. Seventhly, remember that none of us are perfect. You will fail. You will make mistakes. And remember that others are human and will fail you too. Eighthly, you're the architects of your careers. You may have heard the story, "It's not my job." It goes like this. This is a story about 4 people named anybody, everybody, somebody, and nobody. There was an important job to be done. And everybody was sure that somebody would do it. Anybody could have done it, but nobody did it. Somebody got angry about that because it was everybody's job. Everybody thought anybody could do it, but nobody realised that everybody wouldn't do it. It ended up that everybody blamed somebody when nobody did what anybody could have done. It's a bit like that with your careers. It's tempting to just sail along and just let things happen and let anybody, everybody or somebody take control. Actually, in the end, you'll probably find that nobody will do it. You've got to take active steps. Get yourself a mentor, whether formally or informally. I have a wonderful informal mentor, also a graduate of this university, and he has shaped my approach to my career in ways he probably doesn't even realise. Also, be a mentor if you can. You'll get more out of it than you put in, I can assure you. Finally, for a lawyer, and all the lawyers amongst us, judgment is key. That's what you've learned. Practice using it. You won't be able to minimise every risk to zero for all of your clients, and most clients won't thank you for trying. Welcome to the wonderful world of the Macquarie University alumni community. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you kindly for the opportunity to speak to you today. Congratulations to our graduates. The very best to you all.
Well done, Matthew, although I must admit I'm not sure how to respond to the news that I am a recurring feature in your dreams. That is a bit disturbing, but I think we all have dreams like that, don't we? Some variation of exam dreams. My dreams are usually that I'm in a complete muddle, which actually reflects a lot of my life too, I must say. But the most common recurring dream I have, and for those of you who might not know me, I was the Treasurer of New South Wales for 10 years, way back in the last century. So every year I had to produce the annual budget, and it was a big deal, and I had to take it to Parliament and give a budget speech and big press conference and what have you. And anyway, a week before each budget, and I delivered 10 of them, would wake up in a cold sweat, dreaming that my school uniform was not back from the dry cleaners in time for me to deliver the budget speech. So I know how you feel. Matthew made a point right at the start, and that was the importance of reflection. And he made another point right at the end, that judgment is the key. And I think those two things go together. If you want to develop good judgment, you've also got to develop the capacity to be reflective, to think about what you're doing, why you're doing it. Could you do it in some better way, or not do it at all, or do it twice as much? Sit back and reflect on the value of what you do, and also on your own standards and ethics. That will, I think, keep you well grounded and will be a great asset, not only in your career, but in your life. I think Matthew deserves another great round of applause. Now, despite the legal advice Matthew just gave us about revoking degrees, I was told by one of Australia's most eminent legal minds many years ago that if I conferred a degree on someone who was not entitled to receive it, it was very, 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 very difficult, if not impossible, for me to take it back. So I have to make sure that before I give any of you a degree, you are all qualified to receive it, you're all eligible, and that none of you were ever late in submitting an assignment, and that none of you ever missed a class. Acting Registrar, can you give me that assurance, please?
Chancellor, I certify that all of the candidates being presented here today, and those who are absent, have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees please stand?
That's you. Graduands, in the name of the Council of Macquarie University and by my authority as Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees for which you have qualified. Graduates, congratulations.
please be seated. Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Arts. I now call on Professor Martina Mollering, the Executive Dean of the Faculty of Arts, to present the graduates. Professor Mollering.
Chancellor, students and staff in this faculty work together within and across disciplines. They identify paths of research, analyse and communicate ideas in creative formats, and reflect on the skills and knowledge they will need to understand the world, past, present and future. Students are encouraged to use their skills and talents to connect with local and global communities. This faculty includes research and study areas in ancient history, anthropology, English, Indigenous studies, international studies, law, media, music, communication and cultural studies, modern history, politics and international relations, philosophy, sociology, and security studies and criminology. Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Arts whom you have admitted to degrees. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance with the Bachelor of Laws with first-class honours, Peter Tui. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance with the Bachelor of Laws with honours, Jonathan Thomas Hugh. Gok Min Loon. Sally Ju. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with the Bachelor of Laws with honours, Joelle Kunz. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Professional Accounting with the Bachelor of Laws with honours, Simone Lee Pappas. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce with the degree of Bachelor of Laws with first-class honours, Timothy Craig Relman. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce with the degree of Bachelor of Laws with honours, Carl Aboud. Axel Evan Arwen. George Bassel. Elisa Cora Blakers. Ariana Chen. Courtney Chu. Ariana Joyce Garcia. Sydney Greek. Dana Halevi. Caitlin Suzanne Havener. Eugene Leck. Reynold Lim. Frank Mastroianni. Shannon Robertson Saul. Christy Stewart. Jacob Edward Thornton. Kali Virginia Tsipilis. Matthew Van Apel. Morgan Woodland. Dean Jonathan Zinn. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance with the Bachelor of Laws. Victoria Angelis. Alison Tway. Sakana Nishat Islam. Mohit Kumar. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with the Bachelor of Arts, Marie Lamrock Pierce. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with the Bachelor of Laws, Hannah Beatrice Gupta. Emma Kate Speranza. Melissa Walsh. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Professional Accounting with the Bachelor of Laws, Justin Curry. Ho J. Lay. Hayden Allen Pollier. Claire Sandik. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce with the Bachelor of Law. Sarah Aldar. Hugo Atkinson. Harry Bitter. Bradley Chow. Alexandra Marie Tisari. Eliza Reza Chuduri. Alan Schulman. Susanna Kirby. Stephen John Dooley. Vienne Elhage. Brandon L. Job. Gabrielle Martin El Rassi. Samuel Faithorn. Suparna Hong. Ali Hukmani. Sarah Ibrahim. Arvind Neville Jador. Sonam Kamal. Ayush Kataria. Christina Luesi. Joshua Thomas Martin. Christopher Michael. Anna Miskowitz. Jessica Ashley Narayan. Sarah Pringle. Daniel James Rainey. Timothy Rusandi. Franja Saric. Matthew Chalmers. Terence Takayindisa. Matthew Thomas. Henan Gokatron. Jiationg. Lisa Yo. Hugo William Edward Thomas. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts with the Bachelor of Laws, Eloise Catherine Thomas.
Brother and sister. Brother and sister.
I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Madeline Louise Clark. Caitlin Alyssa Clark. Bilal Dawish. Anne-Marie Egan.
Maybe, you never know.
Patrick John Gibb. Evan Goodwin. Alexandra Ivkovic. Asta Kapoor. Christy Lee. Guy George Marchand. April Lillian Miles. Michael Batua. Charlotte Rostron. Rebecca Sham. Brandon James Smith. Jack Stablina. Jessica Sullivan. Elijah Mingtiel. Rose Tilley. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Security Studies. Brooke Stone. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Social Science. Antonia Antoniadis. Elizabeth Courtney Bennett. Sarah Bryan. Casey Louise Batsworth. David Kemp. Matthew John Cole. Vanessa Cooper. Lydia Elizabeth French. Megan Graham. Madeline James. Kate Alexandra McNair. Francis Peter Miles Wilmshurst. Reem Nabulsi. Brooke Norrie. Alison Rue. Raina Sagita. Rebecca Sarkozy. Catherine Emma Smith. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of International Relations with the Master of International Trade and Commerce Law. Marion Wing. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Policing, Intelligence and Counterterrorism with the Master of International Security Studies. Stephen James Arifin. William David Carr. Daniel Keitley. Scott Lacey. Anna Major. Dalmir Montagne. Ross Stewart Petty. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Environmental Law, Gregory James Burns. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of International Law, Governance and Public Policy, Richard Kochu. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of International Security Studies, Jessica Theresa Devlin. Jocelyn Fenlon. Tessa Beth Little. Musa Lupeta Carles Terra. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of International Trade and Commerce Law, Prangshat Akson Sarwan. Shaiful Anam. James Garraway. Ariane Sanai. Miao Zhang. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Laws. Anolika Dorisita Ezenbogbo. Jessie Michaelian, who has been awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Academic Excellence. Natida Pakawanon. Rachel Lee Vincent. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Policing, Intelligence and Counterterrorism. Manahil Rashid Nasser Alamki. Nicholas Batika. Shadrach Jerome Blick. Sean Buckley. J. Michael Robert Gilchrist. Jefferson Giovanni Guarin Peralta. Jack William Kempton. Sita Kiani. Madeline Haley Capiolani Lau. Justin Brett Lipson. Kimberly Lowe. Stephen Keith Miller. Banu Mati Mohan. Evan Nichols. Nicholas Owens. Paulus Tahan Pajaitan. Adriana Ress, who has been awarded the Vice Chancellor's Commendation for Academic Excellence. Rita Terz. Christopher Benley Warren. Galen Sterling Wilkins. Lucy Leonora Ray. Christopher Arthur Zamora. I present the graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Policy and Applied Social Research. Zach Visey. Cassandra Seaman. I present the diplomate awarded the Graduate Diploma of Policy and Applied Social Research, Fraser Littlejohn. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Research. Mudaffar Mustafa Abbas Al-Jabouri for a thesis entitled The Legality of Foreign Military Action Against Islamic State in Syria. Alessandra Guida for a thesis entitled The Precautionary Principle and Genetically Modified Organism, a bone of contention between European institutions and member states. Rifai Tamas for a thesis entitled Testing Tiller's Theory of Collective Violence Against the Syrian Conflict, a Model Framework. Devi Konya Widyastuti for a thesis entitled Corporate Eligibility to Conduct Initial Public Offerings in Indonesia, an examination of the disclosure principle. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Chi Kui Truong Nguyen for a thesis entitled Situating Encounter, Negotiating Cultural Diversity in the Australian Employment Services Providers. Dr. Lynette N. Ryan for a thesis entitled Active Aging and Misrecognition, How Older People in Australia Perceive Respect and How This is Reflected in Popular Film. Dr. Deirdre Anderson for a thesis entitled Games That Adults Play, Sport, Alcohol Usage and University Students. Chancellor, that completes this morning's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Arts.
Chancellor, I call on Dr. Deirdre Anderson, who has graduated today with a Doctor of Philosophy, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Dr. Anderson.
Chancellor, members of the University Council, academic colleagues and guests. Firstly, thank you to Professor Mollering for giving me the opportunity to speak on behalf of the graduates today. This day marks yet another milestone in our lives. It's time to remind us of our achievements, that they're never in isolation. It takes planning, perseverance, determination, resilience, and of course commitment. It also requires the support of many people, and some of those people are here with us today. Our family, our friends and our peers. Each and every one of these people have lifted us up when we felt we could not get up, have listened to all the reasons why we can't go on, and have strengthened our resolve to get us all here today. So on behalf of all the graduates, thank you. To my family, friends and colleagues and supervisors, I've no doubt that I'm standing here because of each and every one of you. The late nights, the keeping me fed, the putting up with my moods and messed up arguments about absolutely nothing means that you should all have your names on my testament. Now, as we venture into the next transition in our lives, we take many wonderful memories of our time here at Macquarie. The friendships, the laughs, the tears will always be remembered. Stay in touch with those who have supported you, and remember, as we continue on our journeys, constantly check that you're surrounding yourself in a climate that brings the best out in you. That you have people around you that support your dreams and aspirations, and that you have self-explored the person that you truly want to be. As graduates, we now have a body of knowledge, and that goes with a new founded wisdom and a great sense of responsibility. So use it wisely to create a better world for us all to share. It's been an honour and a privilege not only to have been a student here at Macquarie, but to have the opportunity to serve our student community. I wish you all good fortune, and remember Macquarie as you go through life's journey. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Dee, and congratulations on your PhD. But thanks also for the enormous contribution you've made to Macquarie University over a very long time. I'm sure many of you will be aware of Dr. Anderson's work here at Macquarie, but some of you might not be. But I can assure you that you've all been the beneficiaries of it. And in fact, students at Macquarie for decades to come will benefit from the work that she has done here at Macquarie. So she leaves a great legacy, and Macquarie University is very much in her debt. Dee, thank you, and congratulations once again. I think she deserves another great round of applause. Well, I mean, that wasn't too bad, was it? That glorious voice, ladies and gentlemen, belongs to Angela Brewer. And I might say we're very lucky, very fortunate here at Macquarie University, because Angela sings at most of our university graduations, and we have a lot of them, more than 50 this year, perhaps close to 60, and I enjoy hearing her sing time after time. But sometimes she's not able to get here. So you were very fortunate today that Angela was singing at your graduation, because on the few occasions when Angela can't get here, I do the singing. Would you like to hear Angela sing some more? Yeah, okay, it's very simple. You're enrolled in another degree, and I'll make sure she's singing at your next graduation as well. She deserves another great round of applause. And please also join me in thanking our fabulous musicians over there on the organ, Dr. James Forsyth. And on the Chinese transverse flute, Dr. Chai Chang Ning. I'd also like to take the opportunity to thank our alumni volunteers who are sitting, some of them are sitting over there and some are sitting over there, and they come along to our graduations to make sure that everything runs smoothly for your big occasion. So they deserve your applause as well. And then sitting behind me, of course, are members of our academic community who have been very important throughout your journey here at Macquarie. I'm sure you'd like to give them a round of applause as well. Well, now, graduates, this ceremony marks the end of one stage in your relationship with Macquarie University, but it is certainly not the end of your association with Macquarie. From today on, for the rest of your lives, you are part of the bigger Macquarie family, which is our alumni, and part of the network of now more than 180,000 Macquarie alumni spanning the globe. We'll keep in touch with you through our alumni program, which is focused on lifelong learning, lifelong support, and lifelong connections. Our commitment to you is to help you keep in touch and engaged with Macquarie throughout your life. And graduates, please make sure that you do come back to Macquarie, either to undertake more study or attend alumni events or use our aquatic and fitness facilities, or even, if you like, just to take a stroll through our lovely campus. Well, now, graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges. But like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. Believe it or not, you, each and every one of you, can change the world. And you don't have to be a Nobel Prize winner to do it either. Because almost everything you do, in your homes, in your workplaces, and in your communities, matters and can make a huge difference. The consequences of every effort, every action, large or small, can reverberate throughout society, through the decades, indeed the centuries. Even something as simple as a kind word or a kind gesture can often be the spark that ignites a great life or a great career or a great achievement. So as Chancellor of Macquarie University, I charge you to use what you have learned, not only for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of the community. I charge you to use the skills and knowledge you have acquired with rigour and integrity, and to commit yourselves to a program of lifelong learning and inquiry. I charge you to recognise the worth and dignity of all people, particularly those who have not had the opportunities that you've enjoyed. I charge you to set high goals and to continue the hard work that has brought you so far. I charge you, wherever you go with all your heart. And in all you do, I charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. Now, graduates, I hope also that you'll always remember the people who helped you along the way, many of whom, of course, are here with you today to help you celebrate. So to acknowledge their contribution and thank them for it, I'm now going to ask you to do a few things. Graduates, would you now please stand? Now I want you to place your degrees on the seats behind you so that your hands are free. And I'd like you now to turn around to face your families and friends. And now I invite you to give them a mighty round of applause. Well, graduates, you can turn around now, but don't sit down because we will be leaving in just half a minute. But please do remember to collect your degrees. Well, ladies and gentlemen, shortly I will lead the official party out through the centre aisle, and it will be our great honour to be joined by our newest graduates who will process down to the marquee overlooking the lake. And then I would invite you all to join them and us also processing down to the marquee. And I hope that you all stay to enjoy some light refreshments with us. I would now invite everyone to please stand, and please remain standing until the last graduate has processed out. Well, graduates, I wish you the very best for the future. And in the words of the old Irish blessing, may the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Graduates, good luck.